Here they both come. No, I'm doing a video. No. No. Okay. No. Hello, everyone. Happy Halloween. I'm so excited. I love Halloween. And I thought, why not tell my own scary story? Because yes, the caption is correct. I do live in a haunted apartment. You will probably see my co-hosts just jumping into frame every now and then, like now. But yes, I have my wine. You should grab yours too, and let's get into this scary story. Okay, so I had to create a whole list of the things that happened on my phone so that I don't forget, because it's just so much that I'm just like, I'm gonna forget everything that happened. So I moved into this apartment about a year and a half ago, I want to say, like right before quarantine started. When I came to tour the apartment, I was like, oh, this is such a cute apartment. And it wasn't until I moved in that I started getting weird vibes. Now, just so that you guys know the layout of my apartment, when you walk in from the entrance, immediately to the left, there's a bathroom and closets. Then when you go straight from the entrance, there is the living room, another closet, my kitchen is on the left, and then my bedroom is on the left as well, right after the kitchen. So that's my layout, right? So towards the bathroom, like when I started unpacking and everything, towards the bathroom and the entrance and the closets. Who is out there? I cannot do this. I am here by myself with the dogs, and there's too many freaking noises. They are freaking me out. We have the freaking air freshener spraying every 10 minutes over here, and I always forget that it's there. Okay, so it wasn't until after I moved in that I started getting weird vibes from the bathroom closet area, and I don't really know how to explain it, but it was just like, there was something off about it. So I started moving all my stuff, and I opened the closet door, and immediately I got like punched in the face with the smell of like some sort of perfume, and it was like an older woman's like powdery perfume. And I was just like, okay, let me leave this open so it can air out. It never aired out. So maybe like a week after I moved in, I still had stuff to unpack, and my cousin came and he wanted to help me out. So I told him about the closet. I was like, this smell just does not go away from this freaking closet, and it's only one. I have 3 closets, and it only came from one of them. So he tried everything to get rid of the smell. He cleaned it with so many different cleaners, sprayed so many different sprays, and all of the other sprays would disappear except for the perfume smell. So I didn't want my clothes smelling like that, so I just kept that closet as a junk closet. But that's kind of where it all kind of started. Within the first couple of weeks of me moving in, my boyfriend and I decided that we wanted to go to the gym. So I had my gym bag. I just had a whole bunch of random like books and stuff in it because, again, I just moved in, so I just packed everything that I had. So my gym bag was just full of random stuff. So one of the things that I had in that gym bag was just 2 of my books that I was reading. So I took the books out, put them on my couch, and then just put my gym stuff into my gym bag. We left, we went to the gym, and we came back, and when I came back, I noticed that one of my books was missing. I was like, where the heck did this book go? So I checked. There was only one book that mysteriously found its way into one of my other bags. And I told you, I placed both of them onto my couch right before I left the gym, and somehow only one of them found its way into one of my other bags. And you guys will never guess the name of the book that ended up mysteriously showing up in another bag. I'll leave it right here because I just think it's a crazy coincidence that this is the name of the book. This is the one that grows feet, just saying. So whatever is there, I have a roommate that's living there for free apparently, and apparently they like to touch my electronics a lot. So there was one day I was coming into the building at night, and right when I was putting in my key to open up the building, like the front building door, I felt something like on my shoulders. Like it felt like when somebody hovers over your shoulders, that's exactly what it felt like. So I get in the elevator, go upstairs into my apartment, and I go into my living room, and the second I put my stuff down, the TV turns on, and the TV was off. Like I turned it off for the day. I came back. The second I put my stuff down, the TV turns on right by itself. There was another day where I was just hanging out by myself in the apartment. I was in my room. I was on the laptop or something like that, or watching TV. Then out of nowhere, my AC starts going crazy. Like the buttons are being pressed by nothing. So it turns on, turns off, turns on, turns off. And it started off with just a couple of times. And I was just like, okay, that's weird. So I kept ignoring it because I don't like to pay attention to this stuff. I was just like, just ignore it because it's nothing. So because I was ignoring it, it started doing it faster. And that's when I started getting freaked out, because I was just like, why? So because I was getting freaked out because it was going so fast, I literally said out loud, stop doing that. And then after doing it 2 more times, then it stopped. I was so freaked out. I was just like, oh my gosh. But then I got over it, obviously. I've had my Alexa randomly play music on its own. The whole AC incident happened a couple of times, and then it just stopped happening. Okay, so those are the electronics. Then there was one day where I woke up and there was like some puddles on the floor, not too many. It looked like somebody had mopped my floors. For some reason, like something spilled and then they mopped it up. So I asked my boyfriend about it, and he was like, right before I was coming to bed, because he was playing his games, he was like, right before I was coming to bed, and by this time I was already asleep. I was turning off all the lights to come to bed, and then I noticed that in the kitchen I stepped on a puddle, and it was because the faucet was running and it overflowed in the sink in the middle of the night while he was playing this video game. And he didn't do it. He never even touched the faucet in the kitchen, but it turned on by itself while he was playing the video game. And it went for so long that it overflowed in the sink, and it just flooded my whole sink to the point where the neighbors downstairs, their ceiling ended up getting like developing holes because of the flooding in my apartment. There was this one day, this is the freakiest thing that happened. So there was this one, well, one of the freakiest. There was this one day where I was in the middle of cooking my dinner, and I was home alone in the apartment. I was cooking, shuffling it up, and then I hear something falling from the other room, but I couldn't tell what it was. So I come out into the living room to see if there's anything different, and there's nothing different in the living room. So I was just like, okay, that was really weird. So I go back into the kitchen because I'm done investigating. I'm just like, I'm not even gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna act like nothing happened. So I went back into the kitchen, started like preparing my ingredients, doing what I was doing to cook, and then it happened again. So this time I'm just like, okay, what the hell is that? Like, what is making this noise? So I went into the living room. The living room is perfectly fine. Then I decided to go into my bedroom. The bedroom at first looked fine as well, but then I walked in a little bit more around so I can look over on the side of my bed, and then I see what the problem is. During this time, I had a bunch of boxes in my bedroom with a bunch of snacks that I had to put away. So like chips, cookies, random stuff in these boxes. And there were a couple of boxes that I had there. Not gonna lie, I had them there for way too long, and they were there for like a couple of weeks. But they were there for a couple of weeks and they did not move. Then randomly 2 boxes fell back to back, and all of the snacks fell onto the floor, and they've never moved before. The scariest thing that I think happened was maybe like 2 months ago. I was sleeping, and it was like right before, like in the morning, right before I was waking up, I woke up because I heard in both of my ears, I heard a woman whispering to me in both of my ears, like a really loud whisper. That's how I found out that whatever, like whoever my roommate is that I can't see, it's a woman, and she's Hispanic because of the whisper. It was a woman who, all she said was the word hola, and that was it. She woke me up because it was such a loud whisper in both of my ears. I was just like, what the hell? She woke me up, and she probably knew that I spoke Spanish because I'm on the phone with my parents all the time. I'm always listening to Spanish music, so she was probably like, I could communicate with her because she understands me, but like, girl, no, like I don't need this sort of communication. So then there's another day when I'm in the kitchen and I turn around and I see like a shadow casted on my wall right by the closet that I told you has the perfume smell. By the way, the perfume smell took a year to disappear. A whole year. How? I don't understand it. But I ended up seeing like a shadow, and I tried to recreate the shadow because I was like, maybe it's my shadow. I couldn't recreate it. I don't know what it was. And I don't automatically think that everything is like, oh, something happened, it's a ghost. Like, no, I try to debunk whatever it is that's going on before I call it like something paranormal, something haunted. So then one of the last things that I remember was that I was laying in bed, me and my boyfriend were talking about something, and then right outside my bedroom door we have like a whiteboard just so that we can like write stuff on it, and it's one of the whiteboards that has wheels on it. So I'm talking to him and he's saying something back to me, and then since I'm looking in the direction towards the door, I noticed that the whiteboard moved by itself. Like it looked like somebody pushed it on one side. And then that was the last thing that happened in my apartment, and I pray to the Lord that that is the last thing that will ever happen until I move out. Because so that's why I'm filming it here, because one, we have a great fireplace in the background that you probably can't see because I'm blocking it. We have the ghost, you know, to represent my ghostly roommate, and I just think that the vibes are better, and I refuse to record this in my apartment when she's there because I don't want her to hear me talking about her or acknowledging her, because everything that happens I just ignore it. I just act like it didn't happen so that the activity doesn't like start stirring up, because I noticed that all this stuff would happen more when I would talk about it to people. So I just stopped doing that, and then since then it started slowing down. That's my haunted apartment story. I thought this would be fun to just film for Halloween. I'm just trying to live until I leave, like, and I'm surprised I renewed my lease here after that. Everybody's like, I don't know how you're still living there. After the first couple of things that happened, I would be out, and I'm just like, the thing about it is that it doesn't feel like a negative presence. Like when something happens, it's just like, oh, that happened, that's weird. So it doesn't feel like anything negative. I can be there by myself watching scary movies, watching paranormal videos on YouTube, and I would be perfectly fine. Like I would not be scared. I wouldn't feel like something's gonna happen to me. I feel very comfortable at home. So that's why I haven't moved out or anything like that. But yeah, I had to tell the story outside of my apartment because I didn't want her hearing, I didn't want her listening. But I thought it would be fun to tell you guys the story of my haunted apartment. I hope you guys have a very happy Halloween. Stay safe, don't do anything crazy, and don't pay any mind to any spirits you may have in your home. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.